What's up, everybody? It's
Howdy,
another
howdy.
episode of Broken Bear Conversations. You know, I'm Seiko,
I'm Josh.
and then we have our guest,
I'm Cat. What's going on?
Cat, aka Catslash. Okay, find him on everything: Instagram, Catslash. What else you got? SoundCloud's Catslash.
SoundCloud, Catslash, Twitter, Catslash,
Spotify,
Apple Music.
Fuck it, on everything.
There you
Catslash.
go. Yeah, if you want to find any of his music, Catslash, Catslash. Okay, if you can't spell, there you go. I just spelled it out for you.
So now you have no excuse.
Yeah, you know. But yeah, anyway. This is our second session with him. We already did one before with his buddy 4K Lige, who's also another musician as well. Check him out. But yeah, this time we only have Catslash. So he's the main focus today. Yeah. So we're gonna ask him some questions. Meanwhile, Josh is packing some fucking
I'm
weed.
just planning for later.
Show off your
It's
pipe,
my
man.
beautiful pipe. You see this little baby? Look at that.
That thing
I'll
is
get a little
beautiful,
closer, man.
Is that ivory?
Actually, I don't fucking know. I bought it for like $5, and I thought it was plastic, and I realized it was wood, so I sanded it all down and stained it, gave it this little cool reddish black effect. And I was like, all right, now this bitch is mine
It's very
for
vin-
sure.
It's very vintage.
It's 2023, but he's smoking like it's 1800s. Okay.
Honestly.
We got vape cartridges that have battery power, and he's using this shit.
So I thought that's old school,
It
man.
works.
This shit
Yeah,
works.
1776.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, but anyway.
That colonial pack. was smoking on.
All right, let's get into some questions, man. You want to go first? You got any questions?
I do, man, but I'm gonna save mine for later. There's some
Alright,
big
Okay.
ones.
Alright.
Okay. Well,
Suspense.
I do have some questions that I wrote down on this piece of paper that I'm interested to know about you. So I'm actually interested right now. What's on your playlist? Like, what are you listening to?
Oh, yeah, dude, what?
on your
On my
rotation
playlist,
music?
fool?
Yeah,
Some good shit, I
Ooh.
bet.
Alright, so.
because he makes witch house music, which is kind of a niche genre, and your music is very unique. So I'm like, what do you listen to, man?
Shit.
Right now.
So the last thing I intentionally played on my streaming service was Oherime. I don't know if you know who that is.
I don't.
It's a fucking vibe.
Okay.
All right.
Shit, let's see, like SZA type stuff, you know.
Is it the new album?
I've been listening to like Lapalux. Yeah, just like a chill, kind of psychedelic, but also loving vibe. It's kind of what I've been listening to.
All right, no, I'm
lately.
cool with
Lately.
You listen to Lil Yachty's new album?
Nah, I haven't peeped that shit yet, bro. I haven't peeped
I
that
love
shit.
it. I love it. In my opinion,
All
no
right.
disrespect, but I think Lil Yachty's not the best rapper, in my opinion.
Wait, nah, I saw the videos he dropped, bro.
Did
I
you?
saw a couple of those videos.
Uh-huh.
That was insane.
Uh-huh.
Those fucking movies. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Nah, that I listened to that album
Say
all the way
some-
through
oh,
with
did you?
vibes. That shit was amazing.
How come you just said no, though?
Because I forgot.
Damn. I love the album.
I was high as fuck.
Yeah, I listened
Oh,
to it.
shit.
It came out on a Friday, and I was listening to it at work. I listened to the whole album 3 times, all the way through.
Did you see the production credits on that shit?
I didn't.
Dude, oh my god. There's one of my favorite tracks on there was produced by Mac DeMarco and and Alex G were both on the same track.
Mhm.
I'm like, how many times have these fools been in the studio together?
Mm,
Also, Lil Yachty on that shit?
I know.
No, that album's amazing.
I love
that
that
album's
album.
amazing. Fuck anyone
think
that
you would
says
like
that
it.
album's weird.
Yeah.
That album is
All right.
so good.
Because Lil Yachty's a rapper, right? Most
Yeah.
of his albums are rap albums, but this most recent album was different. It was like
Okay.
alternative. I don't know how you would classify it.
It was a lot of
Psychedelic.
alternative, like psychedelic rock.
Yeah.
All right.
And then there's a lot of like pop elements to it. Obviously,
Mm.
it's Lil Yachty. You know, that's like his structure.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've just never heard anyone do vocals like that over music like that. And it's still like his signature style.
I don't want to forget this shit.
I'll tell you.
Oh, you
I'll
tell me?
you.
Alright.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a song called "Say Something," and at the end he says, "I need your love."
Yeah.
He's high pitched.
Oh my
I'm
God.
like,
Oh, shit.
I feel so like happy when I listen to
alright.
it. You know, it just makes me so happy when I listen to that song.
That's another thing. A lot of
Yeah.
it is like positive emotions.
Yeah, I
Which
feel like
is-
this fits him.
Yeah,
you know.
it's a big change from his normal like city boy shit type vibe. You know,
Yeah. You gotta check that out. It's
No,
called
well.
"Let's Start Here."
Lil Yachty all grown up.
Yeah, man.
Alright.
Okay, that's cool that you like that. Okay.
Alright.
You got a question?
No, I have some for later, but it's like, no, we're on this music topic. I want to keep going on this music topic. No, this is interesting as fuck.
Yeah.
Because I'm always interested in what like can drive people like creatively. If it's like a playlist, like it's gonna link up for like certain music styles, or if you're trying to find like a direction for your creative push, you know, like if there's something that's gonna drive like a driving force. So I was just trying to. My only question would be like, do you like? Are there drugs that might help this, or have you been trying to experiment with that, or you just been trying to stay sober and try to focus on music, or?
I mean,
You know,
listen, bro. Honestly, lately I haven't been doing no drugs.
Okay.
I haven't even been smoking weed lately.
What?
That is
Last
interesting.
time I smoked was when we were filming that shit with Lige.
Okay.
A few days ago. I've been trying to like raw dog my sleep and just like make myself fall asleep naturally and not depend on anything but myself. Because why would I do that?
No, it's learning that
I'm
control.
independent. Yeah.
Yeah. No, dude, that's good.
It is easier to get into a different type of headspace and be consumed into what you're trying to intentionally focus on. If it's a vibe that you're trying to get out, it will help me sometimes if I like have a little weed, you know,
Okay.
once we get in the zone, or like have a little sip of some alcohol if I'm like trying to write lyrics out and I'm like getting stuck on something. But if I'm really feeling it, you know, like it'll come out. But you don't need that shit, man.
No.
You don't need that shit.
He got talent, okay?
There's
Not
like-
drugs.
Yeah, I don't need
You don't need drugs to make music. You don't need drugs to make music.
Message
Yeah.
from Catslash.
Hey, that's a good message.
Although there is something to be said about genres like psychedelic rock. You know,
Okay.
genres like even like indie rock shit, like Nirvana is so grungy and dirty, bro. Is like on heroin and on the street all the time. Like it sounded like that, you know. It sounded like that. If that's where you want to draw your inspiration from, definitely go for it. But you know, I don't know. I try not to depend on it.
Okay.
I have been inspired quite a bit from using psychedelics, and it makes me kind of hear stuff differently.
So, may I ask, like on the psychedelics, like any specific ones? Like I know you've tried your fair share of stuff, but like, are there any specific ones that like you felt that they were more pushing towards certain things, or they all kind of take you to the same place?
No, that shit's always different.
Okay, yeah.
And also, I carry around my own personal style, my own personal emotions, which is very influenced by that. But you know, I wrote lyrics on Molly recently,
okay.
and I never really do Molly. The first couple of times I tried it, I didn't like it. It might have been the people I was around, I'm not gonna lie. Then I did it with Lige and I kind of fucked with it. I like the energy that it brings you.
What does Molly do? Is it like an upper? I never done
If
it.
it's actual Molly, if it's actual MDMA, it's a bit of an upper, you know. It gives you a heightened energy for sure. It's a type of amphetamine analog, really. So, but it also makes you feel like very emotionally open, kind of.
I've heard about that.
In like a happy drunk kind of way.
Kind of like ecstasy, right? Like you would like want to give everyone hugs. Give
Well,
everyone
that's the
love.
thing. Ecstasy is supposed to be a mix of Molly and like speed, basically.
I see.
So like that type of feeling, but more upper.
Okay.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
So when you made your most recent, how would you say, EP, the one with the Locked Away song, were you on anything when you made that? Because that was a very dancey album. So like, were you on Molly?
You were there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that was the one that we just showed up.
He showed up at my house, and Sarah was there, and she brought her guitar, and
Well, what did he bring?
I played her guitar for the first time. He brought his cello.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, this guitar sounds great. I'm gonna track something. And I just started jamming a second. It took me like 10 minutes, and I found that riff, and I was like, let me record that. And then I just recorded on top of it some more. I was like, this sounds good. Literally, I got that shit out in like 30 minutes.
Really?
And then Lige came down, and he's like, let me record on this. And we were drinking whiskey.
Yeah.
And we were smoking hella tough. We were smoking so tough.
You too?
Oh my god, bro.
Yeah.
Like blunts on woods on blunts.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And yeah, Lige did a one take for that chorus, and that's the
crazy.
only take that I have. It was right there in the basement.
That's crazy.
It's super quick,
And
man.
that was Locked Away.
Wow, man.
I recorded my shit later.
That's insane.
I recorded my shit
Because
later.
on his most recent EP called Heaven Underground,
Mm-hmm.
it's also on Apple Music, Spotify, SoundCloud. Check it out. There's a song called Locked Away that I really like.
It's
And
fucking
it's
good,
insane
man.
that they
It
made
really
it
is.
so quick like that.
Happy
Improv.
Other was also very quick. I made that shit in one session. It took probably like 2-3 hours.
Oh shit.
Vocals and all.
Okay.
Damn.
The
Damn.
production and all. I was just like in my apartment in Cap Hill at the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, that project, I tried to keep it more raw because there's a lot of music that I released early in my career that I didn't think about it a lot, and right after I made it, I just uploaded it, and people really enjoyed it. And I think a lot of that rawness speaks for itself.
I felt that too. I felt like it wasn't mixed or mastered all the way, you know. I felt very raw.
Yeah, I like that sound.
Oh,
you know?
okay,
There's a song by Molchat Doma that's really popular in that kind of avenue of music. You've probably heard it if I play it for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's mixed terribly. It sounds like somebody like squished it off a cassette tape, and I love that sound. I was like, fuck,
Or
that should sound like that.
Or like XXX's stuff, you know, like when he made like fucked up.
Yeah,
that
see,
was
that's
all
a
raw.
whole different type
Audacity.
of raw. That's just like...
They did it on Audacity, on a Snowball mic.
Audacity, Snowball, like
Yeah.
he was clipping into the mic before it even made it to the
Yeah.
computer, and then like they just blew that shit out too into a limiter probably. Like, sounds great.
It did.
Sounds awesome.
It destroys your speakers, but that's the purpose of it.
I've made music that has destroyed people's speakers.
Okay.
No, that's cool.
Well, I like your dancing music. That's my
Me
type
too.
of vibe. Walked Away,
Me
I
too.
loved it.
It gets me hyped.
When I came out, that day at work, I listened to it the whole day. I just had it on
Damn.
repeat. And then when Josh came in, I'm like, hey, you heard about Locked Away? 'Cause I really liked it. I was telling Josh about it.
Yeah. And I was like, he's like, you're about Locked Away, man. He was like super energy. I was
Yeah,
like,
That's
"Damn,
the
dude."
only song I've ever released without vocal effects.
Really?
Yep.
What?
Yeah. It's
Damn.
the only song where I have like a dry voice in there.
Oh, shit. That's crazy.
It sounds great.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised y'all like it.
I like
No,
it.
dude, it's
I loved
really
it.
good, man.
Yeah.
You were there when it was made.
Yeah, I was like, and it's funny because like even when like Sarah was there, I was like, if you want all this stuff to happen, it just sometimes just being there out of nowhere, boom, it's like a creative bubble will happen, and then shit just gets together. People are flowing. It's like magic. It literally it'll happen like an instant. Because I've been around so many musicians, it's just like if you just get together, everybody's vibing, man, it's like magic starts flowing out like nothing. Like you tap into something, it's just boom, and it's like then all of a sudden you just create shit. It's perfect immediately.
That's what I try to be on all the time, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I need to let myself spend time with people and not be so locked away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know?
shit.
Hey, no, for
like,
sure.
Like now that shit's out, I'm like, wow, I should go outside. I should hit up Sarah. What's she on? Like that was made on her fucking guitar. Like, I feel like I've been locked in my room for fucking months.
Yeah, man. No, for sure. It's like even the place where we went yesterday, like that show, that was the vibe I was expecting. I think when I first came to Seattle, it was like we went to Pioneer Square and it was like this underground, and that was the most artsiest shit I was not expecting to see. That even Zico was like, "Where the fuck did you take me?"
I thought I was getting recruited into a cult or something, man.
This was
Because we were supposed to go shoot a music video
Yeah.
last night. And then Josh brings me to this random building. We enter. We gotta pay money to get in. And then we go downstairs underground.
He's like, "Where are
to
we
this
going?"
pure white room with all these people I don't know. And there's a woman dressing all red and shit.
It was great.
Like, bro, Josh, what the fuck are we doing here?
That was Scuzz Nun.
Is it?
Check her out. Fire music.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Fire music. She's
No disrespect.
she's an omnichord god.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome.
Mozart of the omnichord.
Okay.
No one's ever put as much time into the omnichord as Scuzz Nun.
Okay.
Check him out.
Okay.
Well, she is like even just, like,
Sophie also performed in that show.
yeah.
That shit was amazing.
It was.
Sophie Gross. Tasteless Bore on Instagram.
There you go.
Check that shit out.
There you go.
Insane performance art that will make you uncomfortable every time.
It made me uncomfortable. I was not making eye contact.
Really?
Nah, because when she went around, there's this girl that he's talking about named Sophie who was doing just like dance performance, and then she poured like dirt on herself and everything.
Yeah,
like
it was
that,
great,
and
man.
then
It
poured like
was,
this blood substance.
It was pork blood.
Okay, so it was actual blood.
It was
And then-
dried clay deposits from the sound and ashes from her fireplace.
Okay, well she poured that all on herself, and then she was going around hugging people.
Mm-hmm.
And when
She
that
was
happened,
naked, basically.
I looked down at the ground, not making no eye contact. I did not want to hug. I had my nice Adidas jacket.
People
okay?
were scared to give her a hug. She wanted to straight up wrestle somebody, but like
Shit.
people wouldn't have been down.
No,
it's
man.
in that space. They didn't want it to get dirty.
Yeah.
It was in someone else's space.
Yeah,
It was all white in there. That
It
shit
was.
was cool.
It was.
It was, man.
Yeah.
I really, really enjoyed it. Actually, that
fun.
was a good experience.
Mm-hmm. It reminds me of noise shows I used to go to in Dallas. I miss that shit.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's a vibe for sure.
That's cool. Okay. So we got into music stuff. I want to ask about this though. This is like not related to music at all, but like,
Ask away.
you know, after you live your life, you have your music career, you know, you go through all your struggles, you have success and all this type of shit, and you're at the end of your life, and it's time to go on. What do you think happens after we die?
What do I think happens after we die?
I want to know. Yeah.
I do think about this often.
Mhm.
I mean, do you believe in the idea of like an angel?
An angel?
Okay.
Well, define angel.
Actually, do you think that consciousness is a part of the soul?
I do.
So.
I
think
do.
so.
You think so?
Yeah.
I do.
I think so.
So like if, like in a scenario where someone's reincarnated, do you think they could have memories?
I think so. If it
I
was
feel
possible,
like
I
you
feel
get
like it's
deja
possible.
vu moments and shit like that.
If you could tap into
know?
it, maybe.
And sometimes you meet people in your life, like I feel like I've met you before.
I felt I felt like that when I met Ashley.
Yeah.
We just felt familiar. Never
Yeah.
met her before. It just
Yeah.
felt like an instant like knowingness.
Yeah.
Freaked me out.
Yeah.
But I also was a Christian back then, so it just
Yeah.
I choked up to God and
Yeah.
shit like that. Now I'm like, I don't know, man. We just clicked.
Interesting.
But again, I have theories on everything. But so where's this leading now? What you
Yeah.
thinking on this?
I was just wondering what y'all thought. You know,
I'm asking you the question,
because
man.
I'm like, man, if like I could die and my soul could go into the ether, but I need to know how you guys think about like what a soul is.
What is the soul to you?
We're interviewing you, man.
Yeah.
Not the other way around.
It's a very human essence. I feel like.
Yeah.
I feel like it might be separate from consciousness. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm.
Like your memories, your decisions. That's very human
Yeah.
in
no, it is.
nature. You know, like animals have memories, yeah, but they don't think about them the same. It's not the same type of recall. A lot of their shit is instinct. But they still have emotions, happy, sad. You know.
Mm-hmm.
As far as my soul, like the essence that keeps me alive, the essence of what grounds me to earth, like I don't know. I feel like that sometimes that can be a separate type of connection, but also I think everyone's different.
Okay.
They can be one and the same with another person. Like, I think it depends how you live your life, for real. That decides what happens to you after you die. I don't think the same thing happens to everyone. I think if
Like
you're
that.
like you can get stuck out here.
Like some reincarnation.
You can really
type
get
stuff?
stuck out here and not be reincarnated, not have your soul go anywhere if you like just don't die properly and like are filled with a terrible energy like.
Mm.
I can see that.
Yeah.
And I say die properly, I mean letting yourself pass naturally.
Yeah.
And being in a state of mind to allow that to happen and experiencing it.
Mm.
So I feel like get murdered, maybe might get trapped. Not like that.
Nah, more like
murderers.
I don't know, like if you die because you overdosed, you know,
Yeah.
you weren't there for any of it.
That's
you
true.
didn't feel a thing.
You wouldn't know you're dead.
Experience. You didn't have your life flash
Yeah.
before your eyes.
Mm.
Yeah, exactly. You
Yeah.
don't know you're dead. You just never wake up. Where does your soul go from that?
It's true. It's weird. It's an interesting thing.
I think it depends how you live your life, bro.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm interested to hear because you've done like DMT and stuff, you know, and DMT.
I've done quite a lot of DMT.
DMT
Yeah.
is a
This
drug.
is my question, by the
Yeah,
way. I was
DMT
trying to get to.
Yeah, DMT is a drug that's actually produced in our brain when you die. When you
Yeah.
die, DMT gets released. So that's why I'm interested to hear what your thoughts were because you've done a lot of DMT. So has that changed how you feel about death, or what do you think happens?
I
after?
think it has affected how I feel about death quite a bit.
Uh-huh.
I used to have a lot of access to DMT
Yeah.
freely, and I chose to recklessly explore it.
Okay.
But I'm just curious.
What'd you see?
You can elaborate on some of the experiences.
So I think one of the most profound things that affected how I think about death is, what's called blasting off.
Yeah.
When you have a DMT trip, you leave Earth. You're not in your body anymore. That you could be. Maybe that's the essence of your consciousness and your soul together in another plane of existence. You meet other entities. I've met other entities that are
What
very
type of-
old.
What type of entities? Elves? Machine elves?
Nah, not like that.
Not like that. Okay.
I think the first time I did DMT, I met this like really old spirit, and I didn't even know how to properly experience it at first, because you know it's not like it speaks English. It's not like it's a human. You know. Also, it's not like I'm even in my body in that moment. But it's also not outside of places you can reach without DMT. You know, like monks historically have searched for what's called enlightenment. I think if you meditate properly and long enough, you can do a lot with your brain, and you can go to a lot of different places that are of this world and like in this plane or not. Your brain's very powerful. And I think DMT is just like an easy unlock. Yeah. For that type of shit. It's a shortcut, you know.
Okay.
No, I feel that.
As far as how I think about death, if you blast off, it feels like you're dying.
It does. Yeah,
no, it really does. It really does.
Y'all blasted off?
Yeah, I did. Oh, mine for sure did. I know. I felt like I thought I was dying. When I remember looking at shit, everything looked bloody. Everything looked bloody. It freaked me out. I thought either I killed myself or I just killed one of our animals.
But you were still in the room?
Still in the room. Actually, my wife was talking to me, and she told me it's okay. Don't worry about it. And when she was saying that, it's like, it's okay. I'll let me have control now. It's okay. That made me think I am dead. I did something wrong. Either I just killed myself and I'm dying slowly.
That's probably just your ego, kind of.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Call ego death.
Yeah. I really feel like that was a huge part of it, and then I feel like other experiences were intertwined. Like a lot, I feel like that was a part of it, but a whole bunch of shit, man. I felt like something was talking to me, and it was like I think I approached it with the wrong mindset, and I think I should have treated it with more reverence than I did, and that was my mistake. And I felt like I was being not really punished, but like, hey, dude, next time you do this, be more conscious of what the fuck you're attempting to do, and that was very fucking sobering.
I had a similar experience. That was the other experience I was about to say. But if you do enough of that shit to really blast off, you're not in the room, bro. You can't even open your eyes. You can't hold your body up physically. Okay. You can't feel shit. You can't do shit. You're gone.
You're on level 2. You gotta get to level 3.
Yeah, that was my wife. She thought she was doing a whole bunch of stuff. I was like, you weren't moving. I was watching her. Yeah. She's like, she thought I was. She's like, I was dancing. It wasn't moving. I was like, actually, you were sitting there. You were just still, stone faced. You couldn't move.
Crazy. So how was your experience fully blasting off? Because
I've done it a few times. Like I said, I had access to it.
Yeah.
To probably. I mean, whether that's good or bad is debatable.
But you said you felt like you had the similar experience to me, where like you weren't approaching it with the same.
No, it was when I started overdoing it, because I feel like I was in a good mental state to be doing that shit at the time. To be honest, I was exploring it pretty well, and on my own time outside of drugs at the time, I would also explore, you know, like astral projecting and things like that. I would meditate before my sleep, and I would kind of go places without substances. It's very interesting. It's very real. It's very possible.
Yeah. Like you said, monks, I think they can reach a state where they can meditate and feel psychedelic effects. You know.
I have a lot of sleep apnea. I wake up a lot from nightmares, but I think it's just because my breathing stops, so I think I'm dying.
Oh shit.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Okay. Yeah. That sounds dangerous.
Nightmares all the time, like waking up all the time. Fucking a couple times from like astral projecting, trying to meditate. I've definitely like been asleep and then I'll like die and then I don't wake up. Like you die in the dream and you don't wake up. It's like dying in the game and you don't respawn. It's just weird, that's bro. Crazy. It's just like nothing. It's just black.
Wow.
Literally nothing.
That's why I used to think death was, you know, because I've been put to sleep before with anesthesia when I was getting my wisdom tooth taken out. And it's like one moment you're conscious, next moment it's all black, and the next moment I'm in like in a wheelchair. I thought that was death. But then after doing like shrooms and DMT, it changed my mind. I'm like, I think there's something else out there.
For real?
Yeah, I don't think it's just blackness. You
Not
don't just
at all.
Yeah.
I've had similar experiences on LSD too. Just like feeling like I'm dying and then feeling connected to like things that are not of this world and just changing my perspective on death. I'm not afraid of it anymore. I'm low-key excited.
Oh shit, okay.
I'm excited to experience death. I think it will be very magical.
Okay.
But
especially
I have to let it happen, you know?
Yeah.
I have to let it happen.
Yeah.
Don't kill yourself.
Don't.
Yeah, despite
Don't
Crit
kill
Mac
yourself.
says suicide is not. What did he say? Like, don't commit suicide. Okay, Crit Mac, free Crit Mac. He's in jail.
Oh, man.
He is, man. Before he went to jail, there's this other guy named China Mac. I don't know if you know about him, but he's like a YouTuber as well. And China Mac took Crit Mac to go to Chuck E. Cheese.
What?
He took him to go to Chuck E. Cheese before he went to jail.
His last meal.
You should check it out. It's a
Jesus.
hilarious video.
That's crazy.
But yeah, free Crit Mac and don't kill yourself.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
Yeah, yeah.
But damn, dude, no, for sure. It's like I really feel like there are things to explore, and like in like Peter Pan's like death, wouldn't that be a great adventure? And I was like, I always want to get that as like
It
tattoo.
would be,
talking about?
dude.
Peter Pan, like that's a quote they say. Death.
I don't watch Peter Pan. What happened?
It's like he just says that would be a great adventure, but it's like
the
never
fuck?
ending. Like because like they never grow up. That's Neverland.
That's
so
dark.
like to die would be a great adventure.
Isn't that a Disney?
I don't know.
What,
It's
they,
Peter-
you really said that?
Yeah, they say that in the movie.
Yeah, it's an
Yeah.
old Disney movie, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
they say
crazy.
that in Peter Pan. Like yeah, to
Disney
die would be a
movies
great
be rough,
adventure.
man.
Yeah, dude.
Remember The Incredibles?
I do.
The first scene, bro, was trying to kill himself. And he said, I didn't want to be saved.
Is that really what happened? I
Yeah.
haven't watched
Yeah,
it in a long
Mr.
time.
Incredible saved his life, and then the next scene, he's getting sued by the guy that tried to commit suicide.
Oh
He's
my
like,
god.
"I just
Okay,
wanna
that
be
sounds
saved."
familiar. Wow. Damn,
Yeah,
man.
dude.
Disney
You
was
know,
dark.
Bambi, opening scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mom.
Just
Yeah,
died.
yeah, yeah. True.
Blow.
True.
Fucking that wrecked me as a
Real
child,
shit.
dude.
Damn,
That wrecked
man.
me.
Fucking deer.
Yeah.
Deer dying and shit.
I was like, and the dad was still alive. I was like, fuck that, man. Let the
Man.
mom be alive.
I like Lion King. That's
That stuff wrecked me
Yeah,
too, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Fucking
Lion
Mufasa.
King.
I think if you're conscious enough in your death, you will achieve another plane. And I don't know what happens after that.
Okay.
I think a part of it is just like coming to terms like you're not afraid. I think that's a big part of it.
Definitely. Like they say that a lot of people when they're about to die, when they're on their deathbed, when they're like literally like right moments before it, they seem at peace. They look peaceful. Shit like that.
So what about? I'm interested to hear about this. What's your view on like religion and Christianity? 'Cause didn't you have experience with that growing up? Isn't your family
I was
religious?
raised Catholic,
Yeah,
traditional Catholic, down in the South.
Texas.
Oh,
Yeah.
beautiful Texas,
Yeah.
right?
These are Texas boys right here.
Yeah.
And somehow they both ended up in Seattle.
Yeah, no, it's weird.
Yeah,
For sure.
Catholicism specifically has weird ideas about afterlife. There's
and
obviously
hell.
heaven and hell, but there's a third area called purgatory.
Oh,
And it's like a space in between where you can be stuck or like undecided kind of, and it's a really weird concept.
wait, how do you end up in purgatory? Because if you're a good person, heaven. Bad person, hell. How do you end up?
Ideally.
How do you end up in purgatory? You just a normal guy?
I'm-
You're a normal
to
person.
be honest, I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I have an idea because obviously I've been through that shit, but like don't let me say it right now.
Okay.
I don't want to be quoted on that. It,
Okay,
won't,
okay,
it
okay.
probably won't be accurate.
And that's
Okay.
the differences with the
That's it.
Catholicism and Christianity. Like there are things like that.
It's like a limbo.
I had
Yeah,
no
I'd
idea
say.
purgatory was a part of Catholicism. I
Yeah.
thought that was just a different concept, not related to religion at all.
Yeah, it's really weird.
That's crazy. So,
Um,
growing up, you believed in heaven and hell then?
there was a point when I believed in God.
Yeah.
There was a point when I believed in Jesus, but that didn't last long.
No, it's
Really?
God could be out there, a God for sure.
Oh,
yeah,
not
for sure.
not the God, not that God. I don't know. That book's been bastardized and used by
Yeah.
governments to control people for years. For
Yeah.
man.
like, the most popular version right now was edited by a monarchy,
Yeah.
King
Oh.
James,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and his associates to like control their
Yeah.
fucking empire.
They're the ones that put that shit in the book form.
Mhm.
Like that was literally the
King
first book.
James Bible.
Yeah, it's the first book
most
too.
popular version of the Bible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, like right now.
I mean, I just look at it as these are human beings messing with this. Human beings are going to have their biases.
Oh,
for
They're going to
sure,
want to
man.
put their shit in there, you know?
Exactly.
And especially if it's being translated between different cultures and languages throughout all these centuries, details are going to change and shit, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah. So, yeah, I was just interested to hear that because, like,
I think it depends how you live, man.
yeah. Because, like, right now you're nowhere near
No,
Catholicism.
it's
you know?
Hell can be very real if you create it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's probably more on Earth than anything.
No,
I was
that's
gonna say,
come what I've come to believe. Yeah,
I have a theory I was
We are
talking to
in
Josh
hell.
about where I say I think Earth is hell.
Low key.
honestly, because it seems like people want to bring you down. So
Well,
much
look-
shit bad happens to you, and then there's so many like patterns and cycles, like wars keep happening, racism, segregation, all this, right? So I think you just got to be a good person and make it out of here somehow.
That's it.
You
We've been
know?
repeating the same shit fucking forever.
Yeah.
It has not changed.
I know.
Yeah. You're
Yeah.
gonna endure a lot of pain trying to live good too out
Yeah.
here, especially in the city.
Yeah.
But
Fuck, man. Yeah, no, for real. That should be crazy.
So you didn't live too long as a Catholic then? What? If you don't mind me asking, like, was
This is good.
what happened?
just seeing, you know, being a part of different churches and seeing
Yeah.
how people act.
I think the falsehood behind
Because
it.
I grew up, my family is really Christian as well, but I'm not anymore. But I'm interested to hear your perspective.
People just seem very fake. People
Yeah.
are fake accepting. People seem to not be confident in those ideas, but they want it to be true for comfort. You know, I've known people who live a crazy life and then they just find God, you know, and suddenly like, oh, that's all in the past. As if that's not like a part of who you are.
Yeah.
Like,
I think some people need it though, because there's a lot of like gang
No,
members
yeah, for
that
sure.
saved them, you know, that really saved their life.
It's a different life path that can be good for people, but
Yeah.
but I think at the same time, a lot of it is
Used for bad.
search for comfort more than anything of the unknown.
Yeah.
I think people forget how to think for themselves. They get too wrapped up in it, and then they don't try to think for themselves. They just no, it tells me to do this. I have to do that.
Blindly
Like,
follow it.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that's where a lot of this shit happens. But no, wait, I think there is like any religion. There's stuff in there for sure. Like there's wisdom if you don't forget to just stop. Also, always think for yourself. But
Yeah.
if you read the words with an open mind, there is wisdom in 100%.
Oh,
And
yeah,
I may
agree.
feel different if I went to like Israel and like
Mhm.
visited a lot of these historic sites and
Mhm.
talked to people around there. You know, I might feel away.
Yeah, it's
I
true.
believe that's where the real people that really believe in it. But in America, a lot of it is like fake.
Surface
news,
level,
a lot of
man. It's
money
all
shit. You
surface.
know, like
Yeah.
there's like a whole Reddit thread.
American Christianity came from English Christianity
Mhm.
in Europe, and that was already pretty bastardized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
This is like warped version we have
Yeah.
now.
people were trying to fuck with Israel for so long. Shit's like going down fast.
Okay. Okay. All right, I got another question. I'm really interested to hear this, but like, what motivates you? You know, like when you get out of bed and shit, everyone needs a motivation. You know, like people that got kids, that's their motivation. You know, like what about you?
To make more art and
Make more
to
art.
help my friends release their art.
Okay.
I feel very fulfilled helping people get their art out if they need help. I have very fulfilled seeing that shit through. Like if a friend of mine needs a
I
song
think-
mixed, I'm a mixer.
I know.
Yeah.
Me and
If a-
Josh are the same thing.
If a friend of mine like needs help putting some shit, I'm gonna spend a lot of time
Okay.
doing that shit.
I think
That shit keeps me alive. Like I wanted to fucking. I didn't even know what I was gonna do like a month ago. I lost my job.
Yeah.
My roommate decided he was gonna move out on short notice, and I was just like, man, all my stability is leaving me. Like, what the
That's
fuck
how-
do I
that's-
do? Should
that's
I just
life,
leave
man.
again? Like I was about to skip town,
Yeah.
like I always do, but then somebody hit me up and they're like, hey, you trying to play in the Netherlands? And I was like, fuck, yeah, dude.
Okay, okay.
And I'm like, all right, let me get my practice on. Let me keep the studio I got right now so I can
Mhm.
work on some shit. Also, as I continue to make music, if I allow myself to make more music, which I always do, then finishing that and releasing that keeps me going too.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's life. Those is that the one saying? When it rains, it pours. That's
Mhm.
exactly what happens.
that's
Sometimes
for
you
sure,
just have a
dude.
series of bullshit happening too. You know.
That's how I get the best music out.
I know.
No,
Just feeling the worst shit.
But usually, when all that bullshit happens, there's like a light at the end of the tunnel.
No.
You know what I mean?
I feel it's like that bamboo shoot thing. It's
Yeah.
like you have all this bad shit start
Yeah,
going
yeah.
on, but it's like you need that so you can just shoot up. Like
Yeah.
it helps push you to that point to cross over. I feel like if, as long as you don't let that weigh you down.
Yeah.
Because sometimes that shit can like cause you to give up. But I feel like there's things in life, it just these little patterns, you'll see it. I mean, I'm similar shit's happened to me. Like I got shit stolen, breaking my iPad,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, things like that.
That's crazy because this past
Yeah.
year was like one of the worst years of my life.
For sure.
Because I lost like 50K in crypto. You
Yeah,
know? That
dude.
shit hurt.
hey,
like hell.
just wait a couple years.
No.
Yeah.
Wait a couple years, you'll be set. Fool.
No. I mean, I lost 50K in crypto, but I already have a good amount.
Yeah.
I told Josh how much I have.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But still, man, that shit.
Next couple of years, bro, you gonna be.
I was at
Same
work
Gucci.
though. I'm at work seeing
I
fucking
know, I remember
50K
you.
go to zero. I'm like, okay, I gotta print
yeah.
these postcards now.
You
Fuck.
were
like,
so
fuck.
pissed, dude.
Man.
I could see it in your face. I was like,
Fuck.
Because months before that, I had lost 10 bands.
Did you? Yeah.
I lost 10. I came up 15.
Yeah.
And I lost 10.
Yeah.
And I was like,
man.
shit.
Yeah.
And then I ended up having to spend like some of it on some other shit.
Yeah.
Like getting it out and like some more stuff than taxes. Like,
Yeah. Oh man, believe me, I got taxes shit
Yeah,
too, man.
it's so
Yeah, I got
dumb.
really fucked.
It's so
Believe me,
dumb.
man.
I've never had that much money in my life, and I was like, wow, I could have just set myself up for
Yeah.
like a year.
Yeah.
I could have just paid years of rent.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
Fucking done some shit.
Nah, nah. But I think life just tests you, and you gotta keep going.
No, it
'Cause
is,
some people
man.
give up. you
Also,
know?
I could have cashed out, and I'm like, maybe I was too greedy.
But I look at it as, okay, now you experience this and you learn from it. Now when the next opportunity comes, you know how to handle it better.
Yeah.
You know, not to be greedy. Sell, don't hold this shit, you know?
That was immediately my thought was that like, okay, most people, especially now, who are trying to get into crypto because they see it as a way to help themselves, not even just like a little side hustle they could try out.
Yeah.
Some people really feel like it's their only possible way out. You got
It is, though.
people in other countries, in third world countries, like literally buying cents of crypto at a time because it might go up, and that's like months of work.
Yeah.
No, for
If it's
sure.
enough
Yeah.
money, if it's even like a few $100s.
No, yeah.
Like that's insane.
Yeah. I think there's a country in South America, Venezuela or something like that. Their inflation is crazy. They have like a literal $1 trillion bill.
I've seen photos
Yeah.
of that, dude.
Yeah,
People
when-
they got wheelbarrows of cash
to
bro.
go buy a piece of bread.
It's so insane.
And they're relying on Bitcoin because that's the only thing that's working out for them.
Then all of a
And
sudden,
that's
yeah.
going to become natural currency.
It is.
It's easier to pass around.
Yeah.
You don't have piles of cash.
Yeah.
Like third world countries
And it's,
are blowing crypto up more than
Deflationary. You can't keep printing You can't print
Yeah.
more. Unlike the U.S. dollar, they printed like how many during
Too
the
much, man.
COVID,
We
you know?
done.
Look at inflation.
First world countries found crypto and just use it for scamming. Now we've been on a big pause.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
But
it's
it's the
crazy.
future though. It's the future.
Yeah, most people don't have the opportunity to make 15 bands
Yeah.
and lose 10 bands.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like now I have that experience.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I know how the shit works.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can do it better next time.
That's a
So-
$15,000 lesson.
No, but that is. But that's like the nail on the head is like.
But
when that
also,
shit
I'm broke
happens-
right now.
No, it's
And
Yeah.
crypto's down, and I'm like, fuck,
I know it's the best time to buy, man.
No. Oh fuck.
Real shit. Zico, I saw him at work the day he lost fucking so much money, and I was like, I'm gonna buy some of that. I bought some that night. The next day, I was up like $200-300, and he's like, he looked like he was gonna punch me. It was so good. I was like, this is the game. This is the game.
Oh man.
Nah,
no, that's
crypto's
just
the
crazy.
future, man. Honestly, I'll tell you after we're done how much I made. It might blow your mind.
Word.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
for
I'm
sure.
excited for you to hold on to that. For
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, for sure.
Yeah.
You're gonna really come into some
I
money,
mean,
dude.
that's just my my segue into real estate, because I want to get rental properties and shit.
That's more reliable.
And I was gonna buy my fucking first house that year until fucking Luna, man. Fuck. Shit.
Fuck Luna.
But it's whatever. It's whatever. Yeah. But yeah, you got any more questions?
No man, that's good. Like I just basically.
Yeah,
was
it's
just
one
gonna
question,
say-
man.
No, well, that
I thought
was
you had a
what
whole
I'm talking
list.
about. No, I didn't have a whole list, man.
What the fuck?
You covered a lot of stuff I was gonna ask. You covered a lot of the questions,
okay.
man. But I will say, like, no, what we were saying, like, when that shit happens, when you get those things that will push you down, always being constant and always being conscious. Like, you always have to keep pushing forward. That is the secret. Otherwise, that shit it'll keep pushing you down.
Mhm.
If you let it, you're
It'll
just
eat you
gonna
alive, dude.
like a tidal wave, man. You just gotta keep fucking just trudge it. Once you get past that side, it's a fucking downhill race. You'll be good. It's just getting to that point. God damn, is that shit hard. But I think we all seem like we're linking up, and I feel like there's people that are online have the same mindset. I feel like
Yeah.
there's a lot of just generation. I don't know if that was COVID, but shit, just like a lot of people I've interacted with, they just like they know what we're just trying to push forward. We're trying to just get our shit together. Want to help each other out. I don't know. That is a secret. I think that's the only way to really be to better yourself in situation is just like having that mindset.
I think COVID also rocked a lot of people's world. Like a lot of people who weren't used to instability became unstable.
No, I did.
And yeah, when COVID hit, I didn't feel any different. So
It's like-
I was already like fucking couch surfing and some more
Yeah,
shit
no.
before that. And then
Yeah.
I got an apartment to myself, and I was sharing with friends for the first time. And then COVID hit like a month later, And I was like, well, back to what the fuck I was doing. Like,
Yeah.
squatting in this apartment now and like stealing from the store, like saying
Yeah.
shit. I need to be on my shit, you know, going hard.
Okay.
But it seemed like a lot of people started to have a similar mindset. I was like, let's go.
I do have one question before we end it. Do you have any music in the works or anything planned? Album coming up, EP,
There's a lot of that.
collabs,
Ooh,
merch,
man.
clothing. You got your Simu Stew. I like that
Simu
page a lot.
Stew.com.
Check that out on Instagram.
Yeah, that was cool.
simu.com. Oh wait, shit.
What's the Instagram at?
simustu.com.
Yeah.
simustu.com.
What's the Instagram page? People
It's just
at-
Simu, right?
at simu.stew, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
simu.stu. is
Yeah,
Instagram.
that's the
Simu
Instagram page.
Stew.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just my like visual outlet, design outlet. I'm very much into fashion. I always have been. I've always made clothes, customized clothes.
Okay. So you got more
Eventually,
shit.
I wanted that to be a platform to put other people on, other artists. You know, I want to feature their art in there.
No, for
it's
sure.
like a personal art gallery,
Mm.
basically.
Okay.
I put all my shit up on there that I make physically.
Like a digital art gallery.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yeah.
No, I
But
like that.
I want it to be a platform that can empower other artists who don't have a platform. And
That's what we're
like
doing with-
music, real art, like whatever it is. It can be a record label. Like you want to drop some shit through Simu, like we can make you some vinyls or like some cassettes or some shit. Like have a proper release, or like if you like make a piece of art, I want to show it on there.
Oh
in
shit!
the
I might
gallery.
give you some shit to post on there. I got
Yeah.
some
And I
somewhat
noticed
finished shit.
when you the Locked Away song, I was looking at it and I saw that it had Simu copyright or whatever. You registered that thing, or how, was that LLC? What is that?
Simu is an LLC.
Okay.
I didn't need to do that for what I'm doing.
Yeah.
but-
I thought it was cool though.
No,
You know,
yeah,
see that little.
it's like the little record label
Yeah.
for that shit.
Yeah, I thought that was cool.
Although right now my biggest platform is Catslash, so
Yeah.
I've been using that to put on people I support.
Catslash.
You know, I think fucking 4K Lige can really make it big and like
You too.
use his music to support himself, his kid, and his friends. To be honest. And I want Simu to be a platform like that too. It's just more accessible and more open.
Okay.
Because I know Catslash has a lot of like dark connotations.
Yeah.
And a lot of electronic association. It's weird for a West Coast rap artist to be working with me, bro, and making
No.
I know.
rock music.
I thought that was a very interesting
No,
dynamic.
Yeah, we were having that
And I was,
conversation.
I was
last
talking
night.
from
Yeah.
last night. I'm like, hey man, if you go with this genre you're doing, I think it would stand out because you don't look like you would be a part of this genre.
Yeah.
You look like this tatted up, you know.
You'd be like, who the fuck is that? Yeah.
Street guy making rock dance music.
Yeah.
It would stand out.
He's got it all in him, man.
Yeah,
When I
yeah.
met him, he was making shit like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
That
what,
was-
what
no.
about new music? You got stuff in the works or?
I have a lot of new music that I want to put out. It's probably a bit more emotional. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
Mm.
I like emotional music.
No, it's
More
always good.
emotional,
Vulnerable.
more smooth vibes.
Okay,
It's gonna
okay.
be more focused on the delivery of lyrics and the sounds that are creating the vibe.
I want to say you got great flow.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. On Locked Away, that flow was great. And then I think I checked out one of your old songs a long time that you released a couple years ago. I forgot what it was, but I think the music video was you in a bathtub full of balloons.
Oh yeah,
Something like that.
little pink bubbles.
And I'm like, this guy can flow on that song too.
Whoa. I thought I took that video down.
I think you did, but I checked it out before you took it down
Oh,
a while
wow.
back. Yeah, I think I told you about it.
I was like, this don't really fit my vibe anymore.
I know, but the flow though, I could see you had good flow.
I fucking hate that song. It's called Bless.
Yes, that was it. Yeah,
That whole
Yeah.
album, I was on one fool.
I know. But
It's
the
like-
flow though, you had good flow.
I appreciate
Even
that.
back then, I could tell,
I
and now I
appreciate
could
that.
see it's still there.
That's when I was really starting to get in my
Yeah.
vocal bag.
Yeah.
All right.
A lot of the earlier vocal shit people like from me was very experimental for me. Yeah, I didn't really find the flow until later on.
Okay.
But at that point, the music was like the back of my hand. I'm like, what vibe do I want? Make the whole beat.
Mm.
Okay. So again, when you got music coming out, album, what's
I
happening?
have a single with 4K Lige that we released on SoundCloud only. It's called It's a Reason. That's gonna go on a next project
Okay.
that no one has heard any of the music for yet.
Oh.
There's some cello on there from Josh.
Awesome.
Okay.
There's some emotional shit that I've been trying to get off.
I like
some
that.
shit I haven't really felt
I like
ever.
that.
Oh shit.
I'm
All
trying
right.
to put into sound so I can have that release. And you know, when I do that, every time people relate, which
Okay.
is dope. The EPs that I released, Heaven Underground and Dread House, those are kind of timestamps for bigger projects. Like I have like 2 or 3 other songs that sound like the projects on Heaven Underground
Okay.
already. You know, I wanted that to be a full album. It could be later this year, to be honest. There's songs that didn't make it onto Dread House, like 1 or 2 that could be part of a larger project later. Yeah, those are probably gonna end up being their own separate albums too.
Okay.
So, yeah, maybe I'll have like 3 more albums out by the next year.
Yeah, man.
We'll see.
You should have a cool rollout, like put some merch out beforehand or something like that, you know?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that I'm getting more into like my solid merch game, I'm excited to drop with a little more flair.
Yeah. If you have like an emotional, sad album, maybe release a line of like blue clothing, you know, like
Right.
melancholy
Yeah,
clothing,
like that,
you know?
yeah.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Like I have like the vibe stuff. Like you're talking about how Drake when he releases albums,
Oh.
like yeah, like
Did you
there's
tell him
this.
that, or-
I didn't know.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I was listening to an interview with Lil Uzi, and he said something that was really like insightful. He said the reason why Drake albums are so good is because it sounds like one continuous song from start to finish. Same thing with Kanye West, and he said the same thing about Yeet too. So, you know, Lil Uzi's I consider him a true artist. I think he knows what he's talking about. So I'm just saying that, you know, take that into consideration.
I
You
fuck
know?
with Lil Uzi.
Yeah.
I fuck with Lil Uzi.
Yeah.
And also the colors, the pattern, like how he released the album, like there was like a flow of the colors. You said it was like a blue, and there was something he said with like a video. I don't know. You said there was some kind of connection with that flow with the album. Like the video is also related. I thought you were talking
I don't
about
know
that.
what you're talking about.
Hey man, sometimes I dream shit. Sometimes I have dreams and they feel so fucking real. So yeah,
Dreaming
ignore all
about
that.
me?
Hey man.
The Lil Yachty videos though, those are kind of like a story.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's what
yeah,
like that's what I like how the,
Yeah.
I like how the stuff connects. If there's like a specific story in it, and sometimes I'll have like I just remember there's like colors that'll blend with it that like it's like all together like one whole piece of art
Yeah.
as a whole.
Yeah.
Even the little pictures they have with it, it's like the whole album artwork, but it's like all digital.
Yeah.
Or like Kanye when he released Donda, how he had the whole black aesthetic, Balenciaga, all that type of shit leading up to it.
Yeah.
That was a great rollout, you know?
The way I create is everywhere, all the time. Like past projects I've released have kind of spanned a lot of genres, I feel like, or
Yeah.
at least a lot of different types of emotions within the project. So releasing these 2 EPs as like timestamps has been good to separate that for me.
Okay.
There will be a whole project that sounds like Heaven Underground. Heaven Underground all sounds like one experience.
Okay.
It's like a certain sound.
Yeah.
So is the Dread House shit. You
Okay.
know? If that was released together, it wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah, Okay.
And I feel like a lot of the past large projects I've done are kind of everywhere.
Okay.
But I'm trying to keep more consistent vibes in my releases now.
Okay, cool.
Because I just have too much emotions and I need to like.
Synchronize them.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's a lot of the algorithms that you have to find a way to
It's like, yeah,
find a way in it.
You asked me what I was listening to earlier, and it's like I had to recall artists.
Yeah.
But I know what vibe I've been listening
Ah, I
to.
see,
you
I see.
know?
You
No,
don't-
that's yeah.
You remember the vibe, not
A lot
the,
of emotional,
I see.
slow, kind of psychedelic
Mm.
vocals that want to make you cry.
Okay. I like that type of song.
Yeah.
I like sad stuff. I
And
do.
it's just like a whole playlist of shit like that.
Okay.
That's
cool.
Yeah,
Nice.
I want people to view my projects like that. Like, oh, man, I feel angry right now. Put on this cat project.
Okay.
You know, not like just this cat song.
Yeah, the whole project.
Yeah.
Have a piece
No, I
of
like
audio
that.
work.
No, I like that as a versus just one song. I like the whole album.
That's
like
what
listening
Kanye
to that.
does, you know.
No.
808s and Heartbreak is just all about sadness, you know. And Donda, I feel like reflects his current life. He's fucking crazy. Donda's all over the place. It's not consistent, but that's how he is.
Yeah.
You know.
That's
yeah.
gonna be part of it too, like having that shit like that, where it's just the little chippy chops, you know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about? Where it's like it's not really just one centered thing. It's just a mixture of emotions, like chaotic mess.
If
I
that's
think
what you
part
want.
of it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's also part of it. It's a
Yeah.
vibe if you're looking for that.
Yeah.
But I also like that structure. If people are looking for a certain thing, the whole album is like it'll fit that one vibe, like that one continuous song. that might actually be a pretty cool thing if you're trying to get like just love, or you want just like anger,
Yeah.
that's the vibe.
Yeah, for
Or
real.
at least the beginning to the end. Like it could be anger in the beginning, but then it resolves
Yeah,
itself.
a
into
story.
love.
It's like a
Yeah.
story.
That's another thing. Yeah, there's probably gonna be a couple love songs in there. So
Oh shit!
I don't have, like no.
Who's
love
the
songs
who's
on
the love interest? It's like
The last love song I dropped was literally called "No Love."
Yeah, no,
What the
it's
And people are like, "That's a love song."
Okay.
Whatever.
Okay. All right. Well, anyway, that's the Catslash interview.
Yeah.
Josh, want to get in the cameraman? So people
Oh, sorry, man. Hey, how's it going? I've been here this whole time.
Yeah. So anyway, we appreciate our guests for coming on. I'm
Yes,
Tico.
sir.
This is Josh. Catslash. Find him on everything at Catslash. His
Yeah.
music on everything: SoundCloud, Spotify,
Check out the store.
Apple Music, and yeah, SimoStew.com is his clothing website.
Yep.
And yeah, check him out. There you
That's
go.
cool shit.
All right, peace.
Peace.